Hello, Astro fam. It's Shelly again, your astrologer, and this is the week where we're going to have news for December 20th through the 26th, 2021. So right away on the 21st, we have in the northern hemisphere winter solstice. So this is the time when the sun moves into Capricorn. So when the sun moves into Capricorn, we're moving from a fire sign that's mutable, Sagittarius, an influenceable fire sign that moves around, to a cardinal earth sign. So that switch from fire to earth means that we're more focused on those things we can touch, on being grounded, on the material world and our bodies. And Capricorn in particular is about creating things, initiating things, getting things moving in the practical physical world. So think about those things you have in your life, those projects that contribute to your physical well-being, to taking care of yourself, to those practical details of your day-to-day life that help you thrive. Not just survive, but thrive, even though survival is a part of this Capricorn story. So as you move into winter solstice, if you're in the northern hemisphere, think about this. It's winter, but the days are getting longer. So really, Capricorn in the northern hemisphere is about the birth of the sun. It's about there being more and more sun every day and how that affects our lives. And if you're in the southern hemisphere, you're going into summer solstice. So the days are getting shorter, even though they feel warmer and more summer-like. So wherever you live, the seasons are going to be a bit different, but the symbolism here is that there are changes, and we embrace those changes as we move with the earth, which is part of Capricorn's story, because Capricorn is an earth sign. So when Capricorn comes on the scene in the bright, bold sun, it's going to be applying to Uranus. Now, this is a wide trine. So that means it's an easy aspect and it isn't tight. It isn't super close. So the influence isn't something that's like, oh my God, in my face. But it could mean that there's unexpected changes, unexpected happenings outside of your control, but they help you and they contribute to your success if you're willing to use them. When we have an easy aspect like that, we have to be willing to take that energy to use it to our advantage. So actively put things in motion and work at them as you're moving forward. Now, when I say work at them, I don't mean spend 14 hours doing something. I mean, take a step, maybe 2 steps, maybe 3, in the direction of where you want to go. Make a plan. Be Capricorn. Climb up the mountain slowly. So the 24th and 25th, Christmas Eve and Christmas, for those who celebrate those holidays, we have a grand earth trine. So that Capricorn energy I was talking about, that Capricorn sun, is going to be in a trine to Uranus, that Uranus it's applying to, that unexpected, that element of surprise. And also we have the moon in Virgo. So this is 3 planets, all in our signs, sitting there telling us there's something about our bodies. There's something about concrete things that we can hold on to. There's something about the earth beneath our feet that we need to honor. So whatever comes up, come back to that. Come back to those things that you can do in the moment that help ground you, that help center you. And be willing to explore a little bit and be willing to take in the unexpected and make it part of your journey. Because Uranus and Taurus is disrupting that a little bit. And we're still in that Saturn-Uranus story that you might know about that's been going on for a while. Saturn in Aquarius, Uranus in Taurus, and it's going to be exact on these days. So in the middle of this Earth trine that's going to help ground us, and a trine, that's energy we have to work at harder to access. It's helpful energy, but we need to put effort, a little bit of effort into getting it, and then we can get a lot of nice benefit from it. That's there while we have the Saturn-Uranus square. So that Saturn-Uranus square where we're not sure what we're doing, things are getting disrupted, we're figuring out what we're building, what our collective is building. And on these days, a lot of us spend time with family, so the family dynamics might be getting to us. Someone over here wants this, someone over here wants this, we have conflicts. Those things can come up during these days, and especially when these aspects are so tight. So just take care of yourself and figure out a way to come back to yourself, your center, and your body. In the middle of that potential conflict, we have Mars and Sagittarius, who's kind of like going after what it wants, doing something here, doing something there, feeling all fiery, and it's squaring that Virgo moon. So that's more potential for emotions getting fired up. Mars is about action. The moon is about emotions coming to heads during a holiday. So center and find that balance. And if you're up for it, look to those emotions and see if you can create some positive, delicious, vibrant interactions. That passion that Mars and Sagittarius is giving us, coming at our emotions, can be something really beautiful and creating something that benefits the group that you're a part of. Whether that's your family unit, your friends, or collective society. And whether you are physically with them, virtually with them, or by yourself, there is something about that collective dynamic that's going to be affecting all of us. These are the last days for this turn of Jupiter in Aquarius. It will be moving on to Pisces next week. So this is a time to really get into those last little bits of what you need to figure out, what you need to do, and what you can get out of that Jupiter in Aquarius. If you know where you have Aquarius in your chart, look to that. Look to the house it's in. Look to the planets you have there. And they are going to tell you a story. If you don't know that, the symbolism still works. Because Aquarius in and of itself is a collective dynamic. We as a collective are working on our future. We're working on technology. We're working on how these things interact and how we bring our knowledge and hearts to the table to be part of the story. Take care of yourself. Take care of your health. All the dimensions of your health, the physical, the emotional, the psychological, the spiritual, and anything else I didn't just mention. All the nuances. Jupiter in Aquarius is there to help us figure out what it is that we aren't seeing, how we're all connected, and how that plays out for each of us. And just look to that grounding you can find from the earth, as well as that passion you can get from Mars and Sagittarius. How can you be grounded with passion and move forward? That is one of the questions.